Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
That's not how you do it.
Well, I'm trying
You gotta say it way too quick.
Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
Yeah. Welcome to Whiskey Vault.
Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
Daniel, Rex, whiskey.
So this is a whiskey that is a gift from Andrew Auwerda.
Andrew, where do you mix this? Dude, you stepped on the MP.
Oh, yeah.
Now I have to start all over.
Andrew Auwerda. I don't know. Auwerda?
Andrew, where do you magnificent bastard?
Disclosure, you don't have any working relationship with these guys.
Okay.
I don't have a working relationship with these guys, but I know two of the makers.
Okay.
And I'm friends with them.
Yeah.
And I'm in anyway.
Yeah.
I have connection to these people.
Romantic.
Not romantic.
This was his payment for services rendered.
Yeah. But I don't have, we've tried a few of their things, ironically, from Few Spirits. But I don't have a working memory of the flavor profiles that I'm supposed to be used to.
Neither do I. Every time I see the bottle, I think.
But these guys are true nerds. Like Reed Huddleston level nerds.
That's very nerdy, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They know their
Oh, yeah.
And it was started as a grain, full on. They do everything themselves in Evanston, Illinois, outside Chicago.
Yeah.
This is their bottled and bond bourbon.
Okay.
This is a 70-20-10 mash bill corn rye malt. 70-20-10.
Got it.
Right?
Ooh, man, what is...
Supposedly.
That is a very interesting nose. This is off the beaten path. What are we doing?
Yeah, 4 years old, 100 proof.
Is this just like yellow dent corn? Is this like a certain type of corn?
I don't know, but it has almost
What is going on?
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be weird because this is not the main note, but there's this little ding from the corner that's making me think of when you add really spicy Rotels to a cheese dip. And you dip a corn tortilla into it. Because I've been doing this recently.
Yeah.
There's this like really corn grainy tortilla note.
Yeah.
Right? Like a fresh corn tortilla.
All right, corn tortilla. Oh, like a very cold, crisp corn tortilla.
And then there's this almost jalapeno spice edge.
Yeah. You're not wrong, man.
Right?
Wow. Yeah. Talk about obscure, weird angle. Yeah.
But it's there.
Okay, so
now dominantly though, still it smells like bourbon.
We're just on the nose, based on the nose alone. I'm thinking exploration whiskey.
Yeah.
This is not going to be super familiar. It's not going to be a sipping thing that you just never think about. Like this demands attention just because it's so unique. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if I've had a whiskey with this nose before.
No. Immediately you wanna slow down.
And then there's.
It's a little bit thin in the sense of like it's.
It doesn't feel thick and voluptuous and rich and dense. It's kind of bright, but there's also some type of like a nutty character, like a walnut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
If you
I
told
actually
me,
prefer the palate.
If you told me that there were jalapenos involved, I would believe you.
Yeah, the palate is not as much like the nose as I thought it would be, but it's definitely still there. I'm definitely still getting
recognizable.
Grain leading into this spiciness that I'm assuming is coming from the barrel.
It's almost like green bell pepper, jalapeno. Like that's such a weird.
Yeah, it really
note.
is a bell pepper, green cut bell pepper.
Yeah. Wow, I've never had that in whiskey before. Do they have to be doing some type of unique grains in this? This can't be just a yellow tint.
Yeah, maybe.
Something about, I don't know, the process, the barrels, I don't know. What in the world is going on?
Yeah, it's more, that green bell pepper comes across more in the palate than it does in the nose. And then it's got all of that classic sort of honey drizzle, bourbon direct sweetness. But then it ends with this kind of zesty.
We should talk about the sweetness. We're talking about all the outlier stuff.
Yeah.
It does have like a thread of a honey in there.
And it is dusty, like it has that dry corn note.
It's not quite a sweet tea, but the finish is like that bell pepper character.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
Wow. That is.
Here's the thing, not in love with it, but like
it's an exploration. And
I keep wanting to take another sip.
You know, you keep saying the words bourbon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's got to be something. No, straight bourbon.
Just bourbon.
100 proof.
Yeah, but it's such an outlier.
Yeah. I want to start putting together a list of just weird, interesting, unexpected flavor profile whiskeys. This has to be on that list.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we do like the hidden gems.
Right.
The hidden gems don't have to be off the beaten path. They could be quintessential, classic,
Right.
just beautifully executed. This is just so off axis.
weird.
Off axis from what I expect from a straight bourbon whiskey. Again, it's still there and it still surprises me. Okay. Phew.
You spirits. That would be the commercial I would write for them because everyone would remember it and because it's so cheesy.
Yeah.
Right? If you did a radio commercials, phew, spirits.
I don't know if you want to hitch your wagon to cheese.
Phew. Look, if Roy got it done with, hey, I'm Poogie, down at Poogie's and just made him a multi-millionaire.
Yeah,
like that works.
It's like the late 90s.
No, but that works.
And again, the delivery, too, has to be executed in a very specific way.
Yeah, with a mental eye roll. Like you can feel it, you know, like, oh, Lord.
Yeah, you hate it, but you can't not think of it.
Yeah, it's like all of the Instagram dad joke things we were talking about.
Andy in, what would actually make a well-balanced bourbon?
I have never had that question, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm never too sure. Would it just be personal taste, or is there a definitive flavor profile?
No.
More of a rum person myself, but sometimes I dip into the more darker and smokier realms of the spirit world. Also a brewer of mead braggots,
Nice.
stouts, ciders, etc., etc.
Okay, so
a
if you had to
well-balanced
describe the perfectly balanced bourbon, I could do it without flavor. Without like specific flavor notes, like it has to have cherry or it has to have this.
So when I think well-balanced bourbon, I think of a very specific bourbon, and it's going to be the Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah.
That to me is just a really nice balanced bourbon with the classic bourbon flavor profiles.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do your thing.
What it's balancing, I think, in a good bourbon,
Yeah.
is it has the tannins and the dryness of the oak. It has the spiciness of the oak. It has the sweet vanillins of the new oak aging, and it has the sort of freshness from the grain, and it has a little bit of the dry, dusty corn, and it's got that sort of almost chocolate cherry that comes from everything interacting together.
Yeah.
And it takes all those things and it sort of delivers them in an even-handed word. Well, okay, so it reminds me of a mix on a song where when you listen to it, you just hear a great song.
Yeah.
But if someone said, hear that bass line, you can stop and you can hear the bass.
Yeah.
Or if someone says, oh, check out that guitar riff, you can stop and you can hear the guitar. So if you want to focus on any of the instruments in the band, you can stop and they're clear, they're not buried.
Yeah.
But when you listen to it as a whole, it just becomes one good song.
That is an interesting question for you guys. What, if you're going to describe a well-balanced bourbon, what are the flavors that you think should be nicely balanced against each other?
Yeah.
Because one thing you didn't say that I very often find in bourbons that I absolutely love is going to be like an apple, like a honey, like a cinnamon. Often.
Yeah, and I think that's going into the sweetness direction that I was
Okay,
saying.
you said vanillins, but you think vanillins encapsulate those things too?
Chemical. Yes, that is a vanillin. Yeah. That taste you're talking about comes from the chemical vanillin.
The apple and the cinnamon and the honey.
Well, not apple, but But that's how I blend. I blend the way I used to mix audio, which is let's place the bass down here.
Like Flava
Flav.
Flav.
The vocals
like
up
a
here.
Flava Flav.
Yeah, I don't know why you would think of Flava Flav. I don't know why that was the artist that came to mind. That doesn't make any sense.
If I want to relax, not think about it, watch a movie,
I don't think
talk,
this is the
hang
one.
out, this is not the one for you. It will demand your attention because it's so off axis from what you expect from a straight bourbon whiskey.
Yeah.
All right. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal your liver's heart.
And if you drink,
May you drink with us.